handle the truth.
People need transformation, and religion won't do.
This kind of thing is spiritual.
Life is evolving, and so are you.
I feel it already.
Welcome to the Next Evolution Podcast.
Okay. All right. Okay, y'all. So this is Chaplain Bailey comes live on oh man, I'm on a Clubhouse right now. Clubhouse is off the chain. We're listening to Debate the News. Actually, it's not Debate the News. On Sunday is actually what is it called? What the room is called? Oh God, what's the name? Oh, Talk S Club with our fave Jerry, Jonathan, and some of the fave Grant Cardone, John Legier, Tara. This is hilarious. Okay, you guys got to listen to this. I'm only gonna do this for like 10 minutes, but this is hilarious. We're talking about abortion and some other issues that obviously are culturally significant, but I want you guys to listen to the argument. So here we go.
Science does not agree with you. The law doesn't agree with you. So I don't give a fuck. I don't care what you say.
So at what point can I
Okay,
That's our argument.
Wow.
But Kayla, at the same time, science and the law weren't in bed when you was doing your thing. So
I don't care
No,
what
I
you
don't.
think
Exactly.
about that. It has nothing
this
to
is
do
their
with
argument.
it
I
has
don't
nothing
care.
to do with the fact. It has nothing to
Excuse
do
me,
with
can
the
I ask you a
fact
question?
about the viability.
This is our argument.
of
She
the
doesn't
ask you a
care.
question?
That's
No,
how
this
these people
is a legal
debate.
argument. You
How do
can't
you respond to
comprehend
that?
it
Can I
because
ask you a
you're
question?
dumb.
So obviously now they are going at it pretty hard. Again, this is Chaplain Bailey. You say, Chaps, why are you listening to this stuff? Well, it's important to be present, meaning that we have to have a strategic presence in the marketplace. You have to be where the people are. You have to hear what's going on, what the conversations are, because these are the topics that people are discussing in real life. Like, it's like walking down the street on Fifth Avenue and there's business going on. People coming in and out of stores, things are happening, things are going on, and you have a message. But what are you going to do to get people to stop and listen while they're going in and out of stores, talking with their families and friends, enjoying the beauty of the New York scene, right? You have to be present where the people are. One of the things that I've learned in my life as a minister, chaplain, and pastor is that we can spend too much time in our ivory tower and we can miss out on the reality of what people are actually talking about. See, oftentimes we want to talk about a story in the Bible. And I was that guy. I was that guy that I am extremely educated. But then I realized that most of the people listening to me on Sunday morning, half the time, they either didn't understand where I was going or they couldn't relate. In other words, the message was good. It was great information, but I'm just going to go back to my life when I walk out of this service or leave this building or walk out of the entrance room. It was from that point that I realized that we need to be where the people are. That's what's important. And so what makes this conversation important that we have in here with the Talking S Room here on Clubhouse on Sunday, Easter morning, is that I want you guys to listen to what people are talking about, what people are concerned about in real life. So here we go once again.
How do you know it's based on science? Did the scientists decide, or was it lawyers and legal people that decided?
This is
It's
Grant
both.
Cardone,
So
the famous
No,
Grant
well, you said
Cardone. Listen to
scientists.
this.
no, it is both. So in a lot of cases, they ask professionals to give their professional opinion, right? So scientists can
Did you
evaluate.
take?
Okay,
Did
while
did
this
you?
is,
Are you
bro,
vaccinated?
are you
Are you
gonna let me
vaccinated?
finish? Oh
No,
my
I'm gonna
god,
ask you a question before you finish. We're having a conversation. It's debate the news. It ain't you running your mouth the whole time.
I'm not running.
It's talking shit about
No,
Grant.
you
Talk
lying.
that shit, Grant. Talk
You're
that
Show
shit.
us
weird.
shit tonight.
You're weird.
Why
So,
don't
are
you
Oh,
you,
pass
so
the
you
Jesus.
want
law?
me to answer?
These people need, man,
So
this is good info.
are you vaccinated?
What does that have to do with abortion, Grant?
My
Yeah.
I'm
body,
curious.
my
I guess we
choice.
should
It has a
mandate
lot to do
vaccines
with
too,
answer the
then, right?
Is
question.
this going to be a
Jerry, aren't you
COVID
curious,
room?
Jerry? Aren't you? No, no. Are you vaccinated? This
What
is
does that
debate the
have to do with
newsroom.
anything? It's
It has
talking
No,
shit
this is
nothing.
club. It's
I'm
talking
asking.
talking
shit,
I'm
shit. It's
asking.
actually.
not
On
debate
what?
the news. It's talking shit, not debate the news.
Oh,
Can
it's
we?
talking shit. That's
Are
even
we
better. Okay,
debating?
so
Are we talking about abortion, or we talking? Is this a COVID room?
Grant's allowed to pivot. He does
Yeah,
that.
hold on a second. Yeah, Grant, you said it twice. This is the Talking Shit Club. This is not the debate the news today. So this is everything goes.
Girls.
No holds barred. We take the gloves off in this room. Go ahead, Grant.
I am
Can
vaccinated.
I think
Grant
she
has a
should answer
point
the
that has
question. I understand
everything
it.
to
I
do
mean,
with
Kayla,
vaccination.
Okay, now
Kayla,
so
you're
we're
coming
Doesn't.
in
talking over each
hot
other.
and you're coming in with a real ego. I wonder if you even have any children at this
Are you
point.
talking to me?
You're,
I pray she
yeah, I'm
does,
absolutely
girl.
talking with you. And there was one question and
So
you
you can't
diverted it.
debate facts, so you have
I
to
mean,
come from my
listen, you're just
personal
coming in
life.
so
This is
hot
facts
and
you can
righteous
Google.
and you
So I
talk
don't
over
understand.
everybody. You haven't
I'm a
let
woman,
anybody,
so I can
you
have
That
the
is
right
a
have
to
to
talk about
theme.
this.
stop
It's crazy y'all
talking
ask for someone
Jerry,
to
can
talk
you
over
about
shut
this
up
issue.
progressively?
wait,
I'll
And
start
Barbara,
I
fighting
know
when
Barbara,
I
I
wait
get
one
in
Lot
second,
of
here.
Barbara,
Kayla.
Barbara, everybody's talking too much.
lot of chaos right now, guys. I mean, obviously we don't want it that way, right? You want to be able to have a conversation with people that you may disagree with, but you want to be able to have the conversation, right? You want to hear what's going on. You want to hear feedback. This is what people are dealing with, or people are talking about. People are going through, right? They're having real life conversations about things that matter. For many years, I learned as a pastor that I didn't know what people were talking about. Now, obviously, my job was I had a particular message that I wanted to teach, but I was always interested in speaking where people lived every single day. In other words, I wanted to make the gospel relevant to people every single day, right where they lived. That was more important to me than anything. I hated sharing information. I felt like when I spent time in study and preparing for a sermon, 20, 30 hours a week, meaning, going through seminary and just, having that discipline and learning how to do that. Most, you had to, on Sunday morning, you had to dumb that down, so to speak. You had to make it palatable where people could understand, because there was so much information that I had. And so I began, reading blogs and going online to try to find similarities with the information I was researching and what was happening in the culture. And now with social media today, it makes it really easy, like just go onto Clubhouse or some of these other platforms and you can hear about what people are concerned about. So once again, this is Chaps coming to you live here on Clubhouse, YouTube streaming. But I want you to hear this interesting conversation. They are talking about abortion, the death penalty. These are great conversations. Let's listen in once again.
That a person is an embryonic cell, and we need to start giving it, rights, constitutional rights, and allow it to own land and shit. Please, I would love to hear it, but you can't, because that's
I
stupid.
have
Well, they're not at
I
28
have 30
weeks either,
years
though.
and I'm a
So
woman.
that's
Can I
not a.
respond to her?
She said, let them own land. Wow, that was an interesting statement, Miss. Let them own land. Boy, college. That's an example of how great college is right now for
Yeah,
everybody. Them
I
degrees
was
are,
being
Grant,
Pay
28
facetious.
some
weeks.
more
them,
for that bullshit.
I was being
them
facetious.
degrees are definitely showing in the way you communicate, Miss.
I was being facetious.
What does facetious mean?
Oh
She's
my
she's
god.
being
Wait, Kayla,
She's
Kayla,
joking.
can you spell facetious?
He's being a smart ass.
Can you?
Kayla, can you spell
Oh
facetious?
my God.
Kayla,
Are you
can you
kidding
spell
me right
facetious?
now?
My argument.
Kayla, can you spell facetious?
I'm not
remember when you
indulging
asked
this
me to spell
ridiculousness.
She got a college degree and she can't spell the words that she uses.
And it's okay, Jerry. It's okay. I can tell you
Ooh.
Who says you
why.
can't spell it?
Y'all
It's
have
okay.
y'all
Please
have
fail
y'all
my
have
spelling test.
provided so much entertainment. I'm so happy for you.
I
Jerry,
spelled
Kayla,
Trinidad,
Jerry.
Kayla,
y'all.
But
Angela.
see,
Wait,
what's
Angela, let
happening
Angela
here
finish.
is that you have an individual who is committed to participating or in this conversation. They have information. But what they don't realize about the Talking S Club that's held by Jerry, Grant Cardone, and some of these other very famous people in social media platform, particularly on Clubhouse and around the world, they're into edutainment, right? So if you come into this platform, you better have something to say. Now they'll mod you up, right? Every now and again they'll mod you up if they think what you have to offer is valuable to the club. It's so funny. But people come in with these very serious, right, perceptions, not understanding that it is education, but it's also entertainment. And so if they come in very slow, meaning that the information is, if you feel like I'm about to get lectured by this person, they're gonna itch you up. So that's what she's going through right now. Check this out.
She couldn't teach anything. That's what I said.
Girl, bye.
Angela, you there?
yes, Jerry, I'm here.
I didn't know if you landed because I know you're in LA and you've been supporting us from day one. So I want to give you the opportunity to land.
Absolutely. I appreciate you. Thank you. I unmiked wanted to talk about death penalty, etc. as well. So I don't know if we want to move
Go
on to that
ahead.
topic.
This is Talking Shit Club. Whatever you want to talk about.
Right. Thank you. So people were here comparing us, United States, with other countries a lot. And I get so upset when people do that because I lived and grew up in Europe. I studied engineering in Germany. I know Kayla thinks she's very smart, but I probably can teach her and 10 of her friends in science and a lot of other topics. I negotiate multi-billion-dollar contracts for a living. In anyways, I can teach her law too. But aside from that, death penalty, I think, should be absolutely allowed and not banned in the United States, especially for pedophilia, which they are trying to decriminalize now by generating little robots like Kayla to fight for pedophilia, to soften pedophilia laws, to making them be called minor attracted. In all this progressive communist agenda is destroying the United States. I believe death penalty is cheaper. I disagree with Jonathan, and I don't like people comparing us to Europe and other countries. We can eat up Europe in terms of population and in terms of money in our economy. So for people to come here and compare US, other countries are doing it, it's working, is BS and shows lack of education, lack of understanding of the different cultures and different countries and population diversity. In US, we're dealing with a whole different beast. We have 10 times more of the population in entire Europe. In California alone, we have twice the population as Germany. So when Germany doesn't have death penalties because it's easier to manage, the way they're ruling over their people, and I say ruling purposely because Germans are very much socialist and now even a little bit communist with their new chancellor. They're very communistic, so they have a lot of control over information of their people. Unless we're willing to give up all our freedoms, we cannot compare ourselves to Europe and other countries. Europe is different. I think death penalty should not be banned, especially for people. Why not shoot an
Damn.
a-hole that did something to my
Shit.
child?
Women,
Woman or lion.
hey, let me tell y'all something.
Yeah.
Women on Clubhouse are straight gangsters.
Yeah.
All right. So obviously this is a person who supports sort of like a communist viewpoint. Oh man. All right. Think about how this matters if you're like running for office, right? If you got people that are coming into these rooms and they're running for office, or they have a business, people who are very, very successful. Guys, this is the beginning. This reminds me of, if you want to know what's happening on the ground level, you can hear what people are thinking, people are talking about. It's a great opportunity, okay? So we're going to go in one more time before we end our conversation for this evening.
That's not opinion. That's a fucking piece of data. So when you say that I said that, okay, I did say it. I didn't say this is what I feel. That's the data. It is more expensive to have a death penalty case than it is anywhere. Okay, it's millions of fucking dollars. You got to get a death penalty certified jury. You got to do a lot of goddamn things that runs the price up. So when someone says it's cheaper just to kill
And those
people,
bureaucratic
that's not true.
paperworks you do continuously for
One moment,
10,
Bullshit.
one moment.
20,
I
30
don't want to hear
years.
the dumb shit. No, I don't want to because I'm not talking opinion right now. We're talking facts. So don't hit me with your goddamn opinion.
This is Jonathan Bing.
Facts. All
Angela
right. So
has.
This is
so no,
can
you
I
haven't.
can I come in, Jerry?
Twyla.
Hey, Angela, you know what they should do? They should take some of that damn vaccine money and put a fund together to help towards what you're talking about.
Thank you.
Put a fund together. There's many ways they can get fund together, but the problem is we so busy spending money in so many other countries that we're not focused on the things that we need to do in our country.
Jerry,
We
that's
should just
bullshit.
stop
One
funding the
second,
war in
Jerry.
Ukraine. How
That's
about that?
bullshit.
Interesting.
1 second, because the vaccine money is fucking federal. Okay, these death
Thank you.
penalty cases.
I love Jonathan Bing because he's Jonathan Bing and knows his stuff.
You right. What I'm saying, there's laws.
No,
There's laws.
figure this shit out. Figure this shit out before you guys open your mouths, okay, and go on these diatribes about what they should and what they shouldn't do, okay? Because once again, that's federal fucking money, and it's federal money for health. It's not federal money for crime. So once again, you're talking about a
States
state
don't
using
print
fucking
money.
federal. Get the
Every
fuck
money
out.
comes from federal.
Look, Angela, listen to me. All right, because you said too much already. I listened to you. All right, and you don't know, and you assigned some fucking things to me that wasn't true. I listened to you. All right, so don't sit here now and try to clean it up like, oh yeah, I'm at odds with Jonathan. You're at odds in your fucking head with me. But don't come here and say that you feel differently or put my position out there when you don't know my position. And I yield.
I chime in, please.
All right. So as we conclude, obviously this is a debated conversation about banning the death penalty and abortion, something that has been a conversation in political administrations for many, many years. So the question you're asking is, why is this a part of the Next Evolution podcast? Well, it's not part of the Next Evolution podcast. Again, I am more interested in hearing what the people are talking about, because it is from this resource you learn what's important to people. In other words, what people are talking about in their cubicles, what the people are talking about as they're sitting around a dinner table in the evening time, when they're at the water cooler or the water hose, or, sitting in the office, on a Wednesday afternoon or Monday morning after lunch. And what are they talking about? They're talking about things like this. So as a chaplain, I'm always interested in being where the people are. And here is one important thing that I will share with you as we conclude, that I believe in the sanctity of life, but I also believe in a woman's individuality to choose. That's important, right? I have 3 daughters. I have a beautiful wife. I have many sisters. And I will tell you, there's nothing more important to me than protecting the rights of women. In other words, standing as an ally with them. And if it was my body, I want the state, the community, the town that I am involved in to give me the right to make the choice on what I want to do with this situation when it comes to this issue of abortion. It's a hot topic issue, as you can hear on our conversation listening to Talking S Club on Clubhouse, right? There's a lot of people in this room. That's over 1,000 people that's gone through that room, and over 500 people that are currently present in the room. So it is a real conversation on an Easter Sunday. I'm interested in that. So maybe next month, for the month of May, I'll talk about abortion from a religious and a spiritual and chaplain's perspective, because this is also something I deal with people in the military who are having these issues as well, right? Young couple gets married. They're 19, 20 years old. First time away from the home, from small town America. They're now in the larger city. One person's working all the time. The spouse moved from a small country town and realizes that, hey, her Marine is not home all the time. Oh, I'm pregnant, by the way. Oh, I figure out I don't like this lifestyle. What am I going to do? These are situations that we encounter all the time. And so by you listening and by you participating, what you're doing is you are allowing us to help people discern, how can I have a spirituality that is real, right? Not religion, but that coincides with my moral beliefs about how I believe the world should function. And that's what Next Evolution Podcast is all about. And that's what this channel on YouTube is all about. So thank you so much for listening. We'll come back in another week to have another conversation about maybe abortion down in the future. That's really not important. What's more important is that we want to bring to you topics and conversations that are relevant to what you and people in your community are dealing with. So once again, thank you so much for listening. And I look forward to talking with you soon. If you please subscribe, simply like, subscribe, and share. So that helps us to bring guests onto the stage, live conversations that we can talk about these issues in more detail to help you develop a spirituality and a moral compass that is congruent with what you ultimately believe. And even if that means that you have to change a little bit, we're here to help you walk through that journey because we want you to be unstuck. We know that life is changing, life is evolving, and so are you. And that's what the Next Evolution Podcast is all about. So once again, thank you for listening. Happy Easter. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.